Hello guys and welcome to another video of making pressure creatures in 3D. Today we are making bullets. You guys seem very excited for this guy and I'm extremely excited to see how this is going to end up. I first start out with stretching this kind of oval type thing. I subdivided a cube a bunch of times and then I started to stretch it and mirror it. And I'm trying to figure out the body here because, to be honest, it was kind of confusing and I could have done this many different ways, but I think this was probably one of the more confusing ones, but it ended up really good in the end. I'm trying to kind of stretch out the base shape and get the idea of what this creature could look like if it was what I imagine a giant version of the viperfish. You kind of have to go back and forth with a lot of this base shaping because you want the best base shape for your sculpting, so you don't have to really up the vertices like crazy and do all the drastic changes when you're sculpting. My last video did not get 5,000 likes, which is completely okay, but I give you guys a deal. A lot of you guys have been mentioning in the comments that I should make 3D characters from pressure. Now if I hit 4,000 likes on this video, I will make 3D characters from pressure, including Sebastian, the people, the trench bleeders, and more. So please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see that. I don't know if you've noticed, but I do go back and forth between sculpting and this layout kind of stretching mode, because it helps me define very small areas. When I go back to sculpting, I can define some little bits and little areas, and then I can go and then stretch it out later. In the pressure Wikipedia form, it says, bullets resembles a heavy, malformed gray viperfish, black dragonfish, or any other fish within the Stomidae family, with a lot of sharp, thin teeth and 3 pupils in the left eye socket. Its features are distorted, with its mouth open, covering most of its face. I really wanted to show kind of the elongated body and stretched proportions, the melting of its face, the distorted body. It also goes into detail of how this is the fastest variant of the angler. And I've always kind of found it a little bit weird, but it's not an anglerfish, it's a viperfish. So you guys kind of tell me the lore about that in the comments, because I don't actually know why they do that. Maybe just, to simplify it, I guess. But it's interesting. What I wanted to say real quick in here was, when I make my little fins and everything like that, I take a cube and stretch it out, and pretty much what I do is I turn on this mode, which is like this toggle X-ray up here, and I add some loop cuts, which is R right here. You can see, if you're ever wondering what I'm doing with my hotkeys, look at the bottom right, and then I slowly define where like the main look of it is. So we got here, okay, getting here, looking like that. I slowly start defining, keep on more defining the shape, and then pretty much what I do here is that when I feel like I have a good shape made, there we go, beautiful, I add a subdividing modifier, which at that point will make it look all smooth. And then I can do shade smooth, and it looks pretty good. And then I could, if I want to get some like thickness, I can go, select this, and then add some thickness here, like that, and it kind of works out. I don't know if I want some thickness there, but there we go. And I can add some more subdivisions, make it even clearer, and then it all kind of matches, and you can just keep on going back and forth and matching it, making sure it looks all good. So here we go. And there we go. It's just a simple way to match your reference to your character, or at least to make the fins of a fish. Look at that, and you can control the subdividing. That should all look good. There we go. Beautiful. So I got some upsetting news. You just probably saw a big jump cut, and that's because I sculpted everything beautifully. I used even a new sculpting tactic and everything. I was going to talk about it, but sadly all of my footage was corrupted because my entire house ran out of power. It just decided to just go out for like a minute or two.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
And of course I was doing and recording everything. The file saved, but the recording did not. So, very, very sad. But you can see here, I am working on the texture. I'm kind of giving him the iconic, bluish, kind of pinkish look to him, maybe even purple. And I actually am using my same monster texture I've been using for the past couple of videos. And I'm even contemplating on giving this monster texture to you guys, if you guys want it, of course. Maybe later in the future, it is a dynamic and generated monster texture, and I might give it for free, or it might pay for it. I don't know. I'm deciding on it right now. And I just want to get you guys' opinions on it, and I love it. It has pores, it has wrinkles, it has veins, it has roughness, all that good transparent, even skin. It's very, very advanced, and if I do release it, I hope you guys enjoy it. You see here, we got our fish character. He looks really good right now, but the thing is that right here is his main texture, his skin texture. If we go and look at the texture right here, it's all generated using nodes. Now, I need to organize these nodes, but I kind of understand what's happening because I can kind of click around and see that this is generating the veins. This is generating like the rough skin texture. This is generating the pores, and then this is generating the shadows. Now, if you could totally generate all your textures, which I mainly do that, and then I bake them on. But if you're just gonna keep it in Blender and you're not gonna really think about it too much, you could definitely do an image-based texture too, which image-based textures are also usually very much used, but I actually use this image right here of a fish. It's a simple image. And I added some roughness, metallic, transmission, all that stuff, and I changed the hue. Now, this is never going to go anywhere outside of Blender, so I don't really need to care about the messiness of the UV wrapping, which is right here. UV wrapping is pretty much a present. And all of these objects, see? This object right here is right there. Imagine it being wrapped like a gift. Okay? These UVs are wrapping around this object like a gift, like a wrapping paper. And you can see all of them are wrapped like that. Like, this is a bad idea if you're moving your object or creature to a different game, like a game engine, stuff like that. Because I click all of this, look, that's over each other. These two UVs are now over each other. This is now over itself. This is now over itself. This is now over itself. Look at that. Now all of this geometry right here, all of these vertices, all these lines, all these faces are all intersecting each other and completely ruining the UV mapping, okay? It's like putting one piece of wrapping paper over a bunch of presents, different presents. It is going to rip, it's going to look terrible, you're going to run out of wrapping paper, you know? So, it's good, it's completely fine if you leave it in Blender, and it's not much of a big deal, especially if you know how to bake and go around a lot of these stuff. But, if you want to, like, if I wanted to move this into a game engine, that wouldn't be a good idea. I would have to do extra steps to put it into a game engine. That is one of the reasons why that I mainly keep all my projects in Blender and I don't really go outside right now. But if you really want to, then you can totally go and put it into Unreal Engine, Unity, etc. I don't usually go over this in a lot of videos because I usually generate all my textures, but if you're trying to get a bunch of textures in, I would really suggest you to get Node Wrangler, which is a free plugin, and you can do your own research here. And you just open up preferences right here. Hold up, preferences right here. You go into add-ons and then you type in Node Wrangler right here, and you just enable this. And pretty much what this helps you with is that if you hit Control-Shift-T, you open up whatever, you know, your files. Then you can search for a texture and pretty much select everything in this folder. You don't really have to care about. I usually, you know, individually select what I want, you know, but you can just select everything and then you can hit this button and it will set up a complete complex node like base coding instantly. Boom, boom, boom. Super simple, super easy. I love it all the time, very organizing. I use it on all my stuff if I ever want to, you know, make something. So, or get a texture onto an object. This is what I use. Okay, so we're getting close to wrapping this up. I am doing the rigging right now, and The rigging was pretty self-explanatory. Again, I use AutoRig Pro, which is a very good program. I would suggest if you ever want to get very serious into Blender to use it. And in here, I am just putting, it has already presets. This is 2 tails presets where it pretty much moves like a tail, kind of. And I really liked it, and you'll see the final very, very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. This video took longer to make than expected, mainly because, guess what? I started college, so hip hip hooray. So videos might be a little bit slower, but they will be coming, so do not worry for that. Now again, just to reiterate myself, if I hit 4,000 likes on this video, I will continue the series, not only just making 2D creatures in Pressure, but I will also redesign and reimagine other creatures like Sebastian, the People, and Trench Bleeders, etc. If you are excited for that, subscribe, like, and comment. Peace out!